Join us this week as we explore Middle Percy Island, meet some of the people that live there, and share some history of the place. We eat, harvest and process a bunch of coconuts with our friends Meg and Darren.
You're going to get really good milk out of this.
Leave our mark at the iconic Percy Island Yacht Club A-frame, enjoy some fantastic spearfishing, and cook up some local produce. The weeks of severe stormy weather had hindered our tentative plans to meet up with our friends Meg and Darren for Christmas or New Year's Eve. So we were really excited to see their yacht Sarean arrive a few days after us at the West Bay anchorage on Middle Percy Island. Hungry for breakfast, we wasted no time and headed ashore to raid the bountiful coconut trees and, when we arrived, one of the local residents was there ready to meet us.
Hello.
This is Ernst.
Hi.
Ernst had a different way of climbing coconut trees that Troy wanted to try.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Better?
We weren't the only ones enjoying this coconut feast.
So that's how you've been getting all the skin away from the nuts to do the coconut milk?
Yep.
Ah. You're going to get really good milk out of this.
To make the coconut milk that evening, we placed the shredded coconut flesh into some cheesecloth and then squeezed out the juices. We toasted the squeezed out flesh on the fry pan, ready to add to desserts and curries aboard. A dozen goats were introduced to Middle Percy Island by Commander Bedwell as a food service for the ever-increasing number of ships that were navigating the Coral Sea. The goats' population has thrived on the island as was expected when they were introduced in 1874. However, as most of the island was made a national park in 2012, with the remainder being classified as a special conservation park, the hunting of goats is now prohibited to visiting mariners. After our early morning goat spotting, we'd arranged with Kate, the leaseholder of the island, to visit her at the homestead with Meg and Darren. Matthew Flinders visited Middle Percy Island in 1802, naming the place after the Duke of Northumberland. Flinders successfully rewatered his ship from a spring in this mangrove-lined lagoon. Troy's hero, Philip Parker King, who surveyed many of the places we visited in the Kimberley, also spent some time here, rewatering his vessel and repairing rotten mastheads. The first leasehold of the island was awarded to 3 men in 1883, one of whom allegedly hid 1,500 gold sovereigns somewhere, which, to this date, no one has ever admitted to finding. This is the homestead run by Kate within the Conservation Park area of the National Park. The first homestead in this location was built by Lieutenant Colonel Armitage in 1887, who attempted to set up a coffee plantation here. The house was rebuilt in 1821 by the White family, who ran a successful sheep station on the island. Seafarers have been visiting the island from as early as the 1870s to obtain fresh produce, so it was good to see the tradition was still alive with eggs, goat meat, honey, and preserves available for purchase. Kate invited us up for some refreshments and some fresh fruit from the garden, and explained to us some of the history of the island. At one point, when the island was run by a yachty couple, John and Liz Hickling, the island was a fully self-sufficient farm and cottage industry, with a full-scale vegetable garden, fruit trees, tannery, goat dairy, apiary, and meadery. Together with Ernst, Kate offered to take us on a hike out to Castle Rock on the northern end of the island. In 1999, Middle Percy became a weather monitoring station for the Australian Bureau of Meteorology.
Welcome to the airstrip.
And there's a goat.
Oh yeah, that's some of the runway staff. Oh yeah, that's more. That's the refueling crew.
Think I'm worth the anger? Do you think I'm worth the pain? Please take it easy on my lover. She means the world to me. God, I know you'll be. Follow me to North Temple, through the mountains, cross the sea. Think I crossed the line? Do you think I drank the wine? Don't pay attention to my brothers. They don't give a damn about me. God, I know you see. Follow me to North Temple, through the mountains, cross the sea.
That is a mouldy cave.
I
think these caves set the benchmark, don't they?
Yeah. Puts things into perspective a bit.
That's probably what the lazarette looks like.
This is the Treehouse at West Bay, which was built by Kate's cousin Andy Martin over the space of 7 years in his spare time. When Kate took over the lease, the place was falling into disrepair, and her partner John has spent a lot of time fixing it up and adding a functioning kitchen, laundry and bathroom. The place is fully self-contained with solar power running the fridge, washing machine, radio and lighting. If you're interested in staying here, it is available for short-term rent upon request, and we've put a link in the description of this video if you wish to inquire. The A-frame was also constructed by Andy, who held the lease on the island for more than 30 years. Andy enjoyed company, which was rare in those days, so he built the space to encourage yachties to come and visit the island. In 2013, the Percy Island Yacht Club was established to assist Kate in the payment of the recently imposed public liability insurance over the Conservation Park area of West Bay. Visitors are invited to hang a memento in the A-frame after contributing towards the upkeep of the place. So, before we got to work on our sign, we cleaned up a bit, with Troy clearing out the overgrown shower, among other chores.
So this is a tamarind tree, and it's there's a few pods laying on the ground, but there's nothing useful on it now, but it's overgrown the shower here, so just clean it out a bit. But we want to try and leave as much cover around as possible. So
Still have a bit of privacy.
yeah, it's just nice to be in a tree, but I don't think it's, a lot of people don't really want to duck in and fight their way into the shower.
Yeah.
Sort of breeze on in, but then once you're in here it feels like you're still in the tree, so pretty nice. Kate up at the homestead, she said any cleaning up we want to do, just sort of go for it. So that's probably one of the better, more fun ones.
Routing the edges was nice touch. Doesn't look like a scabby old piece of wood anymore.
Yeah. Looks like someone actually deliberately
Made it into a sign.
There it is. Betsy Mark V 2018 tour. In memory of this artwork in plastic and steel that brought us many a piscatorial meal, queenfish and tuna and old Spanish mac, he captured them all and brought them all back. Now battered, busted, all chewed and cracked, we lay her to rest in this fine sailor's shack. What do you think, Duff?
I think it's great. It's a great little
There's
ode that we made over tea this morning.
There's your rope handle.
Thank
Wire it
you.
in. There we are. to go.
Yeah, I like it like that. That's great.
Last boat season, you would have seen us cleaning the mould in our boat, and we tried vinegar, we tried clove oil, we tried bleach. They didn't really work very well, like it'd come back after a week or so, especially in the high humidity. But someone sent us a link, we don't remember who they are, but thank you very much, with instructions of how to make mould remover out of TSP, which is trisodium phosphate, and borax, and bicarb soda. And we've found that it works really well for us in our experience. We don't have the mold coming back not nearly as quickly because it doesn't leave any sort of food for the mold to grow on, and it also leaves the surface, it's a leave-on wipe, and it leaves the surface of your boat alkaline, so the mold doesn't like growing on alkaline surfaces. And I've been wiping down, like, you know, every few days, every week, with either eucalyptus oil or clove oil or vinegar, and it's just coming back. So this is on top of the roof here. This is only over the last like week that it's come back, and it's even in the corners here behind like the compass and all those sorts of places, like they were wiped down not that long ago. So
It's been really wet with that passing cyclone, hasn't
yeah,
it? It's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been really, really humid. So yeah, using this solution, there's no need to put any bleach in,
That is a harsh chemical.
which is harsh. Yeah.
It's pretty easy stuff to clean off, isn't it? It's just hard to stop it from coming back.
That's right. I found it's like particularly bad. Any surface, any rough surface, like any crack of paint or anything.
Good thing there's none of that on the boat.
Yeah, which is with the way the boat's been finished, it's not ideal. What do you call that? Raw.
Rough as guts.
Rough. We have pretty much wiped down all surfaces, ceilings, walls, sides, cabinets. But the state of our boat now is a little bit chaotic, to say the least.
So we just went for a short little punt in the main boat over to Pine Islet, which is just opposite West Bay, and it's a beautiful little lagoon, and we're going to check it out. It's obviously, it's not really a lagoon because at high tide the water would flow over and bring lots of current, so we're expecting there to be a little bit of fish, but the visibility is not so good, so we'll see what it looks like on film.
Well, that was a bit of a haul, and admittedly it was more than what we would normally get on a trip out, but we're here at Percy Islands and there's a few people here. We've promised a fish to Kate, who's shown us that hospitality, and that's what she's going to get, one of these, a red emperor. And you saw, that was a pretty cracking shot, wasn't it? So that red emperor was just sort of having a bit of a nap down there in a gutter. Now it's off for the big sleep, but it didn't make another move after that, which is just as well because that shark was really on the case. And then this one here, that's Pascal's trout. You saw she had her little bit of a run in, a little blue. We had to give that shark a poke, otherwise he wanted it. So this fish, under arm length, so that's pretty good. Not much ciguatera risk, particularly here around the islands. This is a bar cheek trout. You can see the spots are elongated around the head, or some people call them islander trout. There's a lot of fusies gathered here, a lot of fusiliers. So as that rock bar covers, I would imagine that would be actually quite a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. We've got a feed for us and our friends, so that's all we're here for.
Yeah.
Fetch me a knife.
Time to get processing.
Yeah.
When we were up at the homestead a couple of days ago, we asked Kate if we could purchase some. Well, actually, she offered us some goat. So we've got some free-range goat here that we're going to cook tonight. I'm going to marinate it in some harissa that I made a couple of days ago with the last of our garlic and lemon, and I fried up some spices and then just food processed some spices, garlic and lemon with some chili to make harissa, and olive oil and salt. So I'm going to rub that into the goat now. We're going to let it marinate today, and then tonight we're going to cook it on the camp oven over the fire at the A-frame. And inside the harissa paste there's 12 dried chilies that I soaked for a couple of hours and then drained, and then added some crushed coriander, cumin, fennel seeds, caraway seeds, salt, olive oil, squeeze of lemon, and 3 cloves of garlic. And I just put it all in the food processor. So I'm going to rub that onto the goat. It should be really tasty tonight. So we're going to fill the water in our... Oh, that's not bad amount. Probably only need one more.
One more?
Yeah. Juice from 2 coconuts. There's plenty of water now.
Mm-hmm.
Troy's kindly put coconut water in here just so our goat doesn't get too dry. So we're going to put the goat in now. It's been marinating for like 8 or 9 hours in the fridge. It fits just perfectly in there. We've also got some chickpeas, quite firm. They're partially cooked. We pre-soaked them and cooked them the other day, so I'm just going to put them in. We're going for like a Middle Eastern style goat here. And I'm putting some prunes in as well. The last thing we're going to put in is some tinned tomatoes.
So I've been bashing up nuts a bit, and a nice thing to do with the mature ones is to toast them. And we've got this little, what's it called, Pasky? A grill basket.
Yeah, our friends in South Africa would call it a braai.
They would too, and they'd know what they're talking about. Yeah. All right, that's enough because I just want to eat the rest of it.
Nice.
Slow toasting.
Yummy.
Actually.
Let's have a look.
So we're halfway through. We haven't really cooked the other side. But it wouldn't be us making stuff if we didn't just raid it halfway through.
It's so good. It's a
The
winner.
oil's
It's
in
an
it.
absolute winner.
It's a winner, all right.
Toasted coconut.
Sarean approved.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What do you got there, Pascal?
So we are number 343 of the Percy Island Yacht Club.
Show us our burgie.
PIYC.
And this, of course, is the seagull, which, or the osprey, or the Brahminy kite,
Yeah.
whichever one you tend to see.
I like that as a seagull because its wings are swept up.
Yes,
Big enough to be a seagull, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's the shape of the
Yeah.
sea eagle.
Well, that's what it is. The white-bellied seagull.
Oh,
And
now
the
we're gonna
coconut.
have to get a flag a lanyard.
Yeah. And we've got dog tags.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. You've got to have lanyards to go with it. Look. A dog tag, so you go clink wherever you want.
Troy and Pascal Marul. Valued friends of Percy, January 2019.
You're gonna have to.
So that's on the American dog tag machine, which apparently when they were involved in Korea, they brought dog
This is
tag
the one.
machines over.
Wow.
And that was,
Just a
Came up from Sydney.
Superman's typewriter, yeah?
it's an amazing, wonderful piece of machinery. It's circular.
Ah, right, okay.
Meg,
So,
next.
I suppose, yeah, not you. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
If you enjoyed this week's episode on Middle Percy Island, please don't forget to give it a like. Special thanks to John Hickling for providing us with some of the background information used in this video, and a warm thank you to Kate and Ernst for making our time at the Percys so memorable. If you'd like to find out more on the history of the island, I've placed some links in the description of the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay notified of all upcoming releases. And if you'd like to become a patron of our productions, we've provided links to our crowdfunding pages below. As always, thank you for watching.